of you have
ekonomi.
enough sleep last night. And so that we can proceed with our next session, which is the mind of future leader. And maybe because we had a lot of input last night, and I also read that some of you post that you already have a saturated input last night. So hopefully you had a good rest last night. So we can start today fresh. Okay. Before that, what is actually this session is all about? As we all know that our generation is going to be a leader in the future. So there's a quotation, but I don't remember, from saying that if you want to know how our country, our nation, our country looks like in the future, look at our generation, our young generation right now. So today, our speaker will be Dr. Bakir Musa, Dr. Azly, and Shamsul Kamar, Mr. Shamsul Kamar, sorry. And so I think that you can proceed with our session. Okay, so I would like to invite Dr. Azly for our first speaker.
Very good morning to all of you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And Dr. Bakir Musa, Shamsul, you okay? Good? Feeling better? Okay, good. Well, this is a different format now, so we changed the format. So I'm not going to be using a lot of the points of the presentation, but let me just run through the slides that I prepared. Perhaps for the next 10 minutes. So just keep the slides going as we talk, and then they can not spend not more than 5 minutes, and then we'll move on so that we can have more time for questions and answers. All right. There's so much that we want to do, and there's so much that we have learned in the last 2 days. This has been an intensive lecture. Couple of lectures that has really, I hope that all of you have gotten some sense of what we're trying to give. Some of the topics are really kind of close to your heart as students. All of us are one students, and we went through the same, talk about the same issues. We went experience different things, arguments and things like that. Being a student in the United States for, well, a total of, how many years is it? Probably 13 years. And also, not just that, but even before that itself, personally I had an experience being experimented as a student using the American education system. I was the first batch of the MRSM Quanta, so it was different then. Six out of 12 of our teachers were Peace Corps teachers. And it was a different learning system. We don't have any uniform. There were no walls in our classroom. We had a homeroom system. All those things were radically different because we wanted to experiment with a school system that's different from the government school system. So, 5 years or so, it was, impacted because a lot of the things that, I've been talking about stems from the experience of growing up, and also not just growing up, but also growing up in a village, in a kampung. Went to English school, English medium school, and went to MRSM, and then studied in the United States for again a total of 13 years, and also teaching in Malaysia for a number of 10 years, both in high school and also in university, and coming here, and a total of almost more than 20 years of teaching in both contexts. And the world is very complex. This is what the discussion is about. Just keep on playing. The world is very complex, and all of you are living. Anytime you take a time period that you're living in, it's always complex. Even 70 years. In the 70s also. I remember that there was one, the writer, I think Dr. Bakri Musa mentioned yesterday when he talked about Aham Tu Aham Tu Bat, Kasim Ahmad. He talked about Zaman Pancaroba. You know what Pancaroba is? Okay. Pancha Sitara, Pancha Sila, so this Pancha means 5, punch. That's where the word punch in English comes from, 5. So, talk about Zaman Pancaroba, meaning that everything is chaotic in the 70s. Anytime period. 1980s, you take the period 1980s, so chaotic, this is the year 2011. All of you are living in a world in which technology plays a very important role in either uniting people or fragmenting people. Right? Just look at what you have. You are living in many worlds. You have the physical world now, you touch and feel, like empiricism. Rene Descartes, I think, therefore I exist. In order for him to prove that he existed, or God existed, he has to say that I doubt, therefore I exist. So that's fundamentally, if you take philosophy, that's one of the first things that you need to read in order for you to understand what is empiricism and how to understand science. The world has been changing because of all this. Okay, let's just hold this slide. This is what you see. The world has been changing so much, so fast. The point that in the last 60, 70 years, technology has played a very important role in shaping what we are, who you are, the direction we are going. Right? All of you cannot live without your whatever, your Droid, your iPhone, your Blueberry, Blackberry, Burberry. Okay, that's a joke, right? Those are all different things, bag and everything. Technology plays a very important role in changing the things because it helps people move at a different speed. It makes a lot of things chaotic. The world becomes competitive. The world becomes chaotic. The world becomes collaborative because of the advancements of technology. Columbus was able to colonize the new world called America because of the advancement of navigational technology. The reason why the Portuguese were able to go in and sail to Malacca and took over the port, the trading port. It's not actually a glorious kingdom, but a trading port. So it's thriving. Took over because of the navigational technology and also gunnery, guns, and glory. And the Moluccans had only daggers and kris. Well, now the Malays also had kris. So that shows that in our lifetime, in the historical process of rise and fall of nations, technology is very prominent in terms of influencing. It is influencing you. That's why all of you are here taking, fundamentally generally courses in biotechnology, right? So, because of the changes that are happening, our mind also needs to be in tune with all these changes. Dr. Bakri Musa spoke at length about not just the physiology, metaphysics, but also the politics of the mind. Bringing in cultures and tradition. Right? Your generation